guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today in the Ask SSM video series, got an email from a subscriber. This guy is 52 years old. He is divorced and he's writing in about a situation he has with his current girlfriend. You're going to see that after his divorce at about 42 years old, he got involved with this woman, and at first things seemed to be pretty good. But over the last few years, it's just a relationship that's just coasting and not going anywhere. He's definitely not satisfied. She doesn't show through her actions that he means a whole lot to her. And obviously he wants to know kind of what to do. Now, he doesn't specifically ask me or ask community help, but he's obviously writing in for a reason. And I've been going to go over here, guys, particularly for you guys that are relationships, and maybe you think or feel that your relationship isn't going anywhere. You're not being treated the way you know you should. You know that you could do better, you want better, but maybe you just are fearful of being alone, or you think it's not going to get any better, or you're just so used to the routine you're not going to do anything. So I've been going to go over here to make a point that you got to essentially get off the pot and make things happen for yourself, because life is quick and you deserve a lot better. And oh, I might add, the woman he got involved with 10 years ago, it was a, wait for it, single MOM. He says, "Hi SSM. I've been listening to your show for a while now, and some of the stories are definitely stranger than fiction. I can't compete with those crazy stories. I prefer not using my real name if this gets something on one of your podcasts or on YouTube. I'm going to substitute the names as is the custom, and we'll call my girlfriend Jane. Thanks for all you do, especially the smacks when we need them." Well, you're about to get some. I've only had two partners in my life, one wife, now ex-wife, and one girlfriend. And in my first R-pill moment back in 2001 or so, I was friend zoned and bailed right away. So maybe I can get one of those smack credits for being ahead of things at least once. Well, good for you back in 2001 for not accepting the friend zone, but you know, we can all do good things, but we make a lot of mistakes too. I was married for 8 years and divorced at 42 years old with no kids, and was snipped as I didn't really want kids and my ex didn't either. Well, thank God. Too bad your marriage didn't work out, but at least you didn't have kids with her. A friend of my ex-wife set me up with Jane, who was 46 years old at the time, pretty, quite slim, high drive in the bedroom, and wait for it, 2 kids, 10 and 12. Smack! Single MOM, huh? 2 kids, 10 and 12, about to be teenagers. Oh joy. And I might add, she's older than you? Brother, I'm sure if you worked on yourself, you could at least gotten a younger chick. He says, 3 smacks are here. Yes, I'm ready for them, because the Lord knows I deserve it. She's older than me, smack. Kid number 1, smack. And kid number 2, smack. Well, at least you know. So you've learned some things. But that was you back then. Actually, I got along well with her son. We worked on cars and other things that were hobbies of both me and him. That was actually really good. The daughter was a bit of a disaster, although she's doing a lot better now. Well, it's good you got along with her boy, but then you dealt with a train wreck daughter through her teenage years. Oh, wonderful. Shit that you didn't need in your life. Believe me, the punani could have been that good that you had to deal with that crap. We did not move in together. I thought that the situation with the daughter would be untenable, and we have been dating for about 10 years. Well, that's good to hear. And it's interesting because obviously you never married her and you never moved in together. Usually the single MOMs are dying to get the guy to move in with her or her with him so he can help contribute to the bills and raising of the kids and being a babysitter and all that. So that's good. I'm glad that never happened. Initially, she was thinking we'd get married, but as a test early on, we tried having the kids sleep over my place, and that didn't last even 30 minutes. Probably I should have bailed at that point. Oddly enough, Jane almost never slept over my place, maybe 3 or 4 times, nor the other way around, and other than a handful of records, we didn't leave our stuff at each other's places. She seemed okay for about 5 or 6 years, but I've cooled off. She's still nice, and we do enjoy doing things together. But so I'm going to stop right there with his but. So, okay, single MOM, 10 and 12-year-old, the daughter's a pain in the ass, has her issues. Oh, wonderful. He says high sex drive in the beginning, but that's obviously tapered off because, you know, she's bored. As well as the fact that that's great you got along with her son, you know. But I'm glad at least you never married, thank God. and you never moved in together, thank God. So this is not the typical story where she was totally mooching off you. I'm sure there's been other ways. The last year, I've noticed a few things, and they are bugging me quite a lot. Aha, now we're getting somewhere. I'm not one to just pull the plug very quickly. I've never broken up with anyone before. I don't count bailing out of the friend zone as a breakup, but I have some doubts going forward. Things in the bedroom have cooled off quite a bit. I'm 52 and she's 56 now. Part of that is the kids are still at her house, and don't go to their dad's house anymore. So it's particularly hard to sneak around in some fun. That has been the cause for a few years now. Okay, fine. Well, hang on here. Don't the kids have jobs? Don't the kids have lives? Are they always at the house? Because if, they're 20 and 22 years old, and they're at the house all the time, she's screwing up as a mother. They should be at least at school, going to college, taking some classes, working on some kind of trade, working a job. So they shouldn't be there all the time. So there should be time to fool around. Or she can come to your house and continue on with the love. And I think this is just an excuse because she wants to give you the bare minimum to keep you around. That's what it sounds like to me. Because newsflash, there are women in their 50s, 60s, and up that will adapt to their age, but still want to get it on. And if she isn't getting it from you as regularly as she did before, it is a strong possibility she's getting it someplace else, as many of the stories have proven. So the lovin' is once a week at my place, after breakfast, unless something else comes up on that day. And pretty much it's vanilla. But even when trying to hug her, not in the bedroom, she accepts a hug, but then gently pushes me away, or lets go only after a couple seconds. And this feels like a rejection, even though she does do bedroom fun after that. So, let me tell you something. A woman really cares about her guy. She likes to not just have his you-know-what in her mouth and in other places, but she also likes to embrace him and hug and cuddle and all that. So if you hug, and after 2 seconds she's moving away from you or shoving you away, that tells me a lot. And she just wants to get to the bedroom, so it's pretty much like a routine, keep you around fuck. And like you said, it's vanilla. So obviously she's not getting into interesting variety of positions. She's not enthusiastically giving you different treats, if you will, in the bedroom. Tells me all I need to know. I've noticed this over the past few months, and on the last visit, I wasn't even preparing myself for being pushed away during a hug, and this time I felt so bad, and what I feel is rejection, that I could barely get my plumbing to work later on. I don't know if women know that it's not just the valve we have to turn on and off. What happens in the bedroom is sensitive to how we feel about the person outside the bedroom. It just doesn't feel right or natural to be pushed away only a short while before the bedroom fun. It kind of feels like duty sex, and while it doesn't really feel like a good connection. Because your relationship with her is faded, dude. Okay, it's run its course, obviously. You pay attention to people's actions, not their words. They can say they love you and all these things, but if they're not showing you through their actions, that should tell you everything you need to know. And then there's a few things she said that leave me in doubt. During a phone conversation, she'll tell me that she loves me, but the actions in the bedroom, and especially lack of physical affection, not only the bedroom, doesn't demonstrate it. There you go, what I just said a moment ago. She's also said that we all get bigger as we age. Oh well. I replied with, well, I need to trim up actually, so that I'll get an AFib gets better. I want to stay trim for good health. I have put on some weight. She has also put on a little bit of weight, but I don't really like that she said that like that. I don't know if it's a test or a warning, but I don't like it either. So in other words, you put on some pounds as you've gotten older. She's put on some pounds. That does happen. As you get older, yes, your metabolism slows down. So you can't eat like you did before, so you got to watch that. Yes, for men, our testosterone levels go down, so in terms of maintaining the muscle mass and all that becomes more challenging. And the more muscle mass you have, it helps burn calories faster, so you have to be more disciplined with your food, what you choose to eat. You also need to obviously keep exercising and lifting weights. But the point is, there are plenty of people in their 50s on up that can look darn good for their age and not be walking around with big ass beer bellies and big asses and all that. They can adapt to the new situation. So it sounds like she's just not making an effort, because trust me, and if in her eyes she saw you as a prize and she needed to work to keep you, you can bet your ass, number one, she'd be hugging you enthusiastically. She'd be all of a sudden magically having more time than once a week after breakfast to hook up with you and be giving you all sorts of special treatment in the bedroom. She'd be doing that and certainly keeping her ass in better shape. But to her, I think, in her mind, it's been 10 years. He hasn't gone anywhere. And that proves my point that I say all the time, that when women think that you're not going anywhere, it doesn't work out well for the guy. But when she thinks the guy has options and he can walk like that, all of a sudden you're going to get better behavior if she values you as a prize and wants your attention and validation. You live on your own, you're not married to her, but she still thinks, she's still treating you this way. So in her eyes, you ain't going anywhere. And that's a problem, man. And it sounds like you also been the one reaching in for the hugs and affection. Meanwhile, she's not doing that. He says here, I see and know quite a few people that keep pretty trim into their 70s. One thing this he wrote this wrong, is to motivate me to join a gym that is on my way to work to and from, instead of just doing a short home workout, maybe 20 minutes in the day, as I do right now. I'm down maybe 5 pounds over the last week, but I'd like to get quite a bit more trim, and I'm going to talk to a trainer about doing that probably next week. Well, good. Hiring a trainer is a good way to go. Make sure the guy has some experience. Make sure that unless he's a registered dietitian, he's technically he's not supposed to give diet information, but he can get or nutrition info. But he can certainly wink, wink, nod, nod you in the right direction to help you at your age reduce body fat by also putting on muscle mass. It's not going to be as easy putting on muscle mass in your early 50s compared to decades earlier, but you can do it, okay, and get stronger. But have a pro who knows what he's doing. It's worth the money having him work with you at the very least for a couple months. Twice a week for a couple months, getting you on the new track, on teaching you new things, getting you on a new path. It's worth it. And then if you're patient and consistent with your exercise and better eating, you're going to see results. You're willing to take action. She's not. I do also play music in a few bands and occasionally get hit on. Although I've always been critical of cheaters, I can understand how this can happen. After the feeling of being pushed away from hugging several times, I don't know if I'd be able to say no if some 30 or 40-year-old fan was being more than a bit friendly. I know damn well that I have a hard time to say no. Well, if you like to play in bands for fun, it's gonna happen, dude. Guaranteed. Especially as you work to improve your body, you're gonna look better and feel better and all that, and they're gonna notice. From all this, I think that both my ex-wife and girlfriend both don't respect a nice guy. I feel I can't really continue like this without change. I think I'm going to be unhappy, and I'm not convinced that Jane is particularly happy. Maybe for her, having someone that is mostly just a male friend with occasional duty sex is okay. For me, it is not. So again, notice he didn't say, what do I do? But I know that's what he really is writing in for. Bro, end it with her. Okay? You're doing yourself a disservice spending time with her any longer and getting this type of treatment. And how the hell are you supposed to maybe meet a chick, because you're obviously a relationship guy, that could bring some happiness towards you? Ha ha ha. We can all laugh at that line right there. But the point is, you can't have someone come into your life when the door is closed because you're with Jane. You need to end it with her, be on your own, hit the gym, work out, change your body around, some time working on yourself, and that way the door is open, that if when you're doing something you enjoy, like playing in the band, and you're there and you see some pretty chick who's in her 30s and 40s, and by the way, just because you're in your 50s doesn't mean you can't get chicks in their 30s and 40s. A lot of gals like the silver foxes, particularly musicians. You break up with Jane, the door is open to her for some chick to come into your life. It'd be cool if it was a girl that enjoyed your music because, number one, she'll see you as a prize up on stage, so you're going to get better treatment. And two, it's something you both enjoy, so you have something in common. But you can't do that if you're in this relationship that's just, floating around. It's not worth your time. So that's what I would do. And you can try to be the adult in this situation and break up amicably. Shouldn't be too hard because obviously her actions have demonstrated she's not that into you. But she may like having just somebody around. And I wouldn't waste your time in the friend zone because can we just be friends? No. But it's a strong possibility, and I want you to be prepared for this, that if you decide to do this and break up with her and be on your own for a while and open the door for women that really like you and enthusiastically want to be with you, that all of a sudden she's going to change her behavior real quick. All of a sudden she's available all the time to come to your house. All of a sudden she wants to hug you like she doesn't want you to go away. All of a sudden she's more than willing to bring on the freaky in the bedroom and drop weight, and I'll be prepared for a change in her behavior, which then might make you think, maybe I should keep her around. That's up to you. I wouldn't. Because the second she starts sensing you're not going anywhere, she'll go right back to how things were. But that's up to you. So bro, and to all you guys out there that might be in a relationship just like this, that seems like, you're so used to being with this chick and it's just winding down and it's not going anywhere, end it. You owe it to yourself. You're 52. You are 6 years older than me. Okay? You got a whole lot of life to live. Unless you get hit by a bus or you catch some bad disease, the odds are you're going to be living for a number of decades if you take care of yourself and all, and you deserve it. You owe it to yourself to be happy. And you can take the lessons you've learned through your own life experience and things you've learned through all the crazy ass stories on this channel as well as my other channels to help you navigate this crazy world, and that way you don't make some of the mistakes you made in the past. And there you go. And just take your time and enjoy being single, because gentlemen, you can't be the type of guy you may want to be in a relationship if you can't handle being on your own. You can't be happy being single, being a bachelor, because guys that can't take that, they rush into relationships, they tolerate shitty terms, and the women know this, and they get treated like dog shit on various degrees. So you owe it to yourself, my friend, after all these years, to cut her loose, move on, be by yourself for a while, and figure out what you really want. And then it'll be interesting that sometimes at the right time, right place, right circumstances, people will appear in your life. But you gotta be the door open for that to happen. And it ain't gonna happen when you're still with her. And I respect the fact that you don't want to do any cheating and all that. And good for you, because I don't want to have a bunch of asshole cheaters in here. But end it with her. And that way she can go out and maybe find somebody else to, probably make miserable. But anyhow, that's what I think. So, bro, you're gonna be okay, but just take my advice. Think about it at least. And maybe you don't like breakups and all that. Well, and you say you never broke up with anybody before. Well, now's your time. But just be aware, again, she may all of a sudden turn on the waterworks, turn on the best behavior, and just be aware that they'll be temporary until she thinks you're not going anywhere. And next thing you know, back to the same old shit. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let this guy know what you think. Any of you guys been in a situation like this? Let him know what you think. Let him know if you broke up with the girl and it was better afterwards, or let him know that you stayed anyway and it didn't get any better. He'll read the comments, guaranteed, and we can help this dude out, as well as anybody else in a similar situation. I'm sure you like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.